Hello YouTube, this is Jeff. I just wanted to hit on some more of these technical questions. I've been getting, the last few days, I've been getting a lot of questions that I was asking just a month ago on these stoves, and just wanted to shoot this little quick video just trying to explain this thing as best that I can. Honestly, I'm a hillbilly with a handful of tools and a welder. If something doesn't work the way that I want it to work, I'll just cut it apart, redo it, tweak it, whatever, and get it to do what I want it to do. As far as the mathematics behind these rocket stoves and their efficiency, I can't explain it. Like I said, I was asking a lot of the exact same questions you guys are asking me. Last night I spent over an hour on this thing called Skype with a fella in Korea. He had an interpreter with him, and we're chatting back and forth about these rocket stoves, and he was asking me all these technical questions and the mathematics behind them and everything, and I felt bad because I know the basic concept behind how they work, why they work, and their efficiency, but to translate that into words, I just don't have the capability to do that. There's just too many variables, and it's kind of hard to translate that and explain it. There's too many variables as far as dimensions go in the steel to nail it down to exactly what I was asking a month ago. If you go over to kbbacon site, he has a couple of really good videos explaining the basics behind these. And they're just hard to nail down. Ultimately, you want the best efficiency. You know, if you're going to take the time to build one of these things, you want the best bang for your buck, basically. More BTUs out of very little wood. And that was my whole goal with my build, to get the best efficiency stove that I could possibly get. And I don't think I'm quite there. It works good, but I don't think I'm getting the best efficiency, and it's hard to kind of judge from one to the other. My stove might only be 70% efficient. Trying too hard's his might be like 85% efficient, and Kevin's stove might be 98% efficient. It's just kind of hard to nail down. The best way I can explain the efficiency on these things is, it's just like cars. You got some cars that get good gas mileage, you get some cars that get poor gas mileage, and it's both of them running off the exact same fuel. There's just too many variables. I'm using a 4-inch inside diameter pipe on my stove builds, on my first one and the second one I'm doing. Now, if I change the diameter of that pipe from 4-inch to, say, 4.5-inch, just changing a 1/2 inch is going to affect everything else on the stove, as far as volume and the tanks that I'm using. I understand it, but for me to translate it into words, I really can't. I'm not a real technical guy. All I know is that it works. Like Kevin has said several times, build it, it works. Yeah, sure, your build might not be quite as efficient as somebody else's. It might be more efficient than what we're building. It's just something you have to play around with, and try not to get too technical with it like I did. I was doing the exact same thing before I done my first build. My angle was I just didn't want to waste a bunch of steel. I'm a cheapskate. Honestly, I hate building something and it not working and I've got to scrap it or tear it apart and redo it. I mean, to me, that's time and money, and I don't like to waste either one. So there's my 2 cents worth on it. I don't know. I can't explain the mathematics behind it, and it is what it is. I don't know. There's a lot of other more educated people out there than me to ask as far as the technicality of these stoves go. So I'm just going to leave that at that. Second off, I've been getting a lot of messages, and I actually had a guy track down my phone number and call me this morning from another country. How he got my phone number, I have no clue. I'm flattered. But he was asking about burning coal in these things, and I've had a lot of other personal messages, people asking me about burning coals or coal in these stoves. It ultimately, I don't think it's safe. The only thing that I know that will hold up to the constant barrage of heat from coal is a high quality cast iron. I don't think one of these stoves would hold up very well no matter what kind of, either hot rolled, cold rolled, mild steel, the thickness of it. Sure, it'll work for a while, but over a long period of time, I don't think it would be safe using it in like a household or a school or something like that. If it was made out of, like I said, a high quality cast iron, you'd find somebody that can weld it. Cast is very difficult to weld. It took me years to master welding it. And I can tell you right now, don't use nickel rod. Nickel will not hold up on any joints that you weld together on this. I can guarantee you that. So you're going to have to use, a high quality cast rod to gas weld these. You cannot use a AC, DC machine, whatever, and try to stick weld cast together. It will not hold. Guarantee it. Been doing this a long time. It's not going to happen. It'll hold for a little bit, but it'll eventually fall apart. So, with that being said, in your traditional coal burners, your commercial UL listed stoves that you can put in your house that will burn coal or wood or whatever, most of them have actually an interchangeable grate system. One for wood, one for coal. There's a reason why they do that. And also, these stoves are lined with a very high quality fire brick, and the steel is much thicker on the stove body itself. The top is thicker, the sides are a lot, and it's a higher quality steel. And the volume inside of these stoves are big, got a lot of volume in them. These rocket stoves, the chambers on these things are really small, where the actual wood is burning and this gasification is taking place. That area is real small and compact, and if you put coal in there, it's going to be like a forge. This thing is going to get super hot. So it can be done. I'm not saying it's impossible. Anything can be pretty much done. I think I could build one, honestly, fairly easy. That would be a standalone. You wouldn't have to have electric fans or anything like that. I'm pretty positive I could build one that could strictly burn coal. It would be very expensive to build, especially with my sticker shock that I got last week at a steel supplier here in town. You know, the steel has went way up. I had no clue. I mean, I work in it every day, but I'm not around the pricing. Like I said, I just tell them what I need. They get it. It's there. I don't have to worry about any of that. So yeah, it's went considerably up. So to build one, to build a rocket stove that would withstand the heat, constant heat of coal on a daily basis, and it be safe, would be very expensive to build. So I'm going to leave that at that. Yeah, sure, it can be done, but it will be expensive. So I'm not planning on burning coal in mine. I'm setting mine strictly up to burn wood, regular stick wood and pellets, and that's about as far as I'm going to go, and all I really have interest in beyond that. So just want to throw this out there real quick, and I'm flattered. I really flattered it. Everybody's asking me these questions, but I just there's a lot smarter people out there than me to be asking these, honestly. So I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody watching these videos. I'm really enjoying this. I'm enjoying myself building these things. But as far as the technicality of these things go, like I said, just build it and enjoy it, and do it safely. So this is Jeff. Have a great day.